Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode number 95. We're discussing episodes of the One Piece anime, the dub, for episodes not 397 to 340. You probably noticed something quite different about me. Nick, is that a new shirt? Yes, it is. It is Power from Chainsaw Man. Yep, I just randomly found this Hot Topic yesterday. I got this and a plushie. Yep. So, in the case of these 4 episodes, first question, any new characters? Yes, they're not barely big ones per se. First we have is Dochamon, who first appears in episode 897. 37, excuse me. He's voiced by Kiba Walker. There's also Garon from the Ebisu town, voiced by Drew Bedelov. By the way, no credit for Japanese dub actor this one. Yep, Nariko, who's voiced by Brianna Roberts. Yeah, like minute he will make his first appearance in 937. We have Osaki, who is a complete and original character. Yep, though she was mentioned, but she was played by Dusty Feeney. You hear her talk very briefly. Yeah, and we also have Han, voiced by Meg McCann, who probably had one line. And finally, well, we did have the past debut for a location, Hodokamon, which is the home of, well, Satomu Yosuke. Yep. And it's quite interesting about him, which relates to Taco. Basically, I'll explain it later. So, after talking to everybody, and of course, the chat, all the people I just mentioned, he proceeds to leave, and he proceeds to get captured by the Shogun's forces. And he doesn't say this per se, not until his cloth, who I said, falls off, and the leader of the ninja group recognizes him immediately who the heck he is, and then he informs the Shogun about it, this thief. He's like, oh yeah, confirming he's the thief. It's like, and he reveals his real name. Is like, what? The guy's still alive? Seriously? Yes. Yeah, so he immediately orders his execution. But before we continue with that, let's talk about Luffy and the old man. Where, after finished rallying at night, of course, it's about with the Risu. Then, of course, well, nighttime, of course, Luffy requests some food. And the guards just say, just be quiet and go to sleep. And then Caribou shows up. Yes, Caribou shows up with Raizo. Yep. Yeah, and of course, Haro basically realized everything until Luffy told him. Of course, Raizo recognizes the old man as a former head of the Yakuza, who were very respected. And of course, know about the guy in the cell, Kenamatsu, the Kappa. And, of course, needs some food, so Caribou just brought him a pot of bean soup. And both him and the old man ate the whole thing. And Queen, of course, being informed by Kaido, who's drunk, finds out the fact that the Orin, who is actually alive, informed her of her passing. Yep. And he's like crying like crazy. And it's like, yeah, Luffy's like, Baloo, get out of here. It's like, ain't you busy? And then it turns into they've heard of it as the light snail, aka a video transponder snail. Yep. And it's something though. But here's the thing. Both in the sub and the dub, Hyrule does not question Luffy what's up with the name video transponder snail. It just basically likes a different name for it. And we see the Flower Capital. Meanwhile, though, and of course, when we have Brooke showing up and finding Zoro just asleep, and he's there with Hidori and Otaku, and he's like, oh, you lucky dog. Yeah, with a beautiful woman and a little girl. No, he doesn't do anything to her at all. He just sleeps on him. And the thing is, Himori just did it because, well, she wanted to be warm. Next to a big bulky guy like Zoro. And you could kind of imply she might be developing actual feelings for Zoro, but If you're curious, though, I don't know if they're going anywhere at all. She probably just finds him very handsome, despite the fact he's a swordsman. But it's Wano. Women do find swordsmen to be male swordsmen to be very handsome. Some of them, anyway. Some of them roll into muscular. Yep. And of course, book explains everything. And of course, this is what we found out. Otaku is Yosuke's daughter, though it's actually his adopted daughter, but still. She runs off to try to stop the execution. She just finally arrived there with the citizens of Ibisu Town. Yes. And we also see Asura, who he briefly fights off against Heckham, the guy who Jack's trying to kidnap Tama. And he's still bandaged up because he got beaten up by Luffy. Yeah. And by the way, in case you're wondering, he shows up like one more time after this, and that's it for him. Is he actually defeated, per se? I don't think he actually is. It's kind of weird. Oh yeah, and also the minor plot thread of Big Mom Scoop. They finally arrived at, they arrived at Udon Prison, 7 next episodes. Now here's the thing when it comes to Hold'em. Like after fighting, after episode 940, he shows up one more time after this in episodes 959 and 960. And it was a flashback. But present day, he's done. Yeah. Yeah, so. And of course, Doji loses his hideout that he had, which is near a tree. Which I heard this whole scene is actually complete anime original. This never happened in the manga. It probably was mentioned per se, but. But yeah, this definitely was pretty good here. Yep, and then of course he gets strung up. He feels, oh yeah, Orochi is a coward. The fact that he's responsible for how Wano is currently, and of course calls him a thug and a piece of scum. Keeps insulting to the point where he just openly shoots him. And by the way, Orochi shooting him like this. Another thing that's completely unoriginal. He didn't do this in the manga. He didn't shoot until he got there. And eventually, finally arrived. Everybody opened fire on him, and then he died. And we have people ever laughing. You're thinking, what the heck? Why people were just laughing at the man's death? Well, it turns out the reason why they're laughing and smiling is because they ate a defective smile fruit. Yes, and Zoro, of course, is obviously upset with this. And according to Orochi, she says, Orochi took away the ability to grieve, which that's a bad thing. And this sets up the events of the next set of episodes. Yep, but yeah, Tako arrived to see her father's death. And, well, Luffy, of course, watched on the screen. Of course, he's, like, chubby. Though, his arc will soon be wrapping up really soon. Basically, him be a prisoner of Udon, and then kind of staying there for training until a little bit later. But, yeah, I gotta say, 4 really good episodes. We move along here pretty well. And now we only have 12 more episodes left to go for the One Piece dub, and it's on Doctor Who. Next up is going to be a review for ReZero and in the Comic Corner, and then after that be 2 manga reviews, another Comic Corner, and then it's going to be Demon Slayer, the third and last Comic Corner with that one, Eden Zero, and Case Closed. Okay? Yeah, only 3 new anime today because I get a chance to do Case Closed today, so there'll be no One Piece this week. No, there'll be One Piece review per se, regular one, but it won't be reviewing the anime, just manga. Okay? Next video. Bye.